Hi everybody, I'm East Coast Pete, and this is Phish. They're from Burlington, Vermont. Began in 1983. These are the current kings of improvisation. Their fans are Phish heads, Trey Anastasio, Mike Gordon, John Fishman, that's convenient, and Paige O'Connell. Everyone sings, some more than others. There have been two hiatus periods, 2000 to 2002, and one more between 2004 and 2009. They are back, but you never know. They do what they do. They are a 90s jam band. They have sold over 8 million albums, but more than twice that much music is circulating as consensual bootlegs. This began at the University of Vermont. John F. Fishman played drums in his dorm room, and the others just kind of showed up. They began as a cover band. The band paused when Trey Anastasio was expelled for a college prank. He went home to Princeton, New Jersey, and he enrolled at Mercer County College and began writing songs with childhood friend Tom Marshall. Tom returned with Trey to Vermont and have been the principal songwriting team for Phish, which is named after the sound of a brush on a snare drum. You know, like Phish, Phish. They all moved to Goddard College. It was now their base. Anastasio wrote The Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday as a 9-song concept album. It was recorded but not officially released, except as bootlegs made from live shows. It was named Gamehenge, and it became a fictional setting for future Phish songs and projects. And this doesn't sound much like a Grateful Dead clone, does it? Well, maybe they do now. This would never get them bookings. So they simply rented a hall and staged their own shows, which were sellouts, and their popularity grew all over New England. They also conquered Colorado, who welcomed Phish like they were long-lost prodigal sons. They finally released an album, Yunta. It was a double album, of course, in 1989. The segment You Enjoy Myself became their signature song, one of many. They also hired a lighting director to provide a dynamic light show, and Phish was ready for the 90s. A typical Phish concert would always include experimentation. An example was the Big Ball Jam. Band members would each cast a different colored beach ball into the audience, and when someone in the audience smacked a ball, that band member would play a note. In this way, an audience participation in the song was composed, and that's brilliant. Elektra took note of Phish's popularity and worked out a recording deal. But in 1993, Phish was an arena band. Boom, just like that. But their their shows were nothing like anything rock had ever seen, arena or otherwise. The album Rift charted to number 51 in the United States, and their album Hoist featured guest performances by Alison Krauss, Bela Fleck, Rose Stone of Sly and the Family Stone, actor Jonathan Frakes of Star Trek The Next Generation and the movies, and the Tower of Power horn section. The single Down with Disease powered Phish's first and only music video, charted to number 33. A short rock documentary chronicled the recording process of Hoist. On Halloween night in 1994, the band introduced a scheme to allow the fans to choose a musical costume for the band, essentially choosing by vote another band's album that Phish would cover at their Halloween show. The fans voted the Beatles' White Album for the first one. This became an annual thing, with a new album voted in each year, and that is also brilliant. They appeared on David Letterman's late night show 8 times. When Jerry Garcia died in 1995, Phish was ready and able to become the nation's premier jam band, and an animated appearance on Beavis and Butthead grew Phish's fan base even further. Their live album, A Live One, went platinum and became their bestseller. This band has accomplished so much in its career, it exceeds this show's ability to review it. They still perform approximately 50 shows every year. I'm going to try and talk about the Phishography here. I'm not really sure how well this will go because, I've really had an on-again, off-again relationship with this band. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I just don't. I don't know. Old deadhead in me, I guess. 1, Junta in 89. Here's the song 1, Fee, very erudite. Have a cup of coffee and catch your breath. 2, You Enjoy Myself in 3/4. This is an instrumental. 3, Esther, that's a story. Golgi Apparatus. 3, Foam, another instrumental. Divided Sky, David Bowie, a song titled David Bowie, by the way. Fluffhead, Contact, Lawn Boy. Lawn Boy is another album that came out in 90. The Squirming Coil. This is Prague. Reba, My Sweet One. The Oki Pa Ceremony. Bath, Tub Gin, Run Like an Antelope, Lawn Boy. I believe that's probably about a lawnmower. Bouncing Around the Room. 3, A Picture of Nectar. Or is it Nectar? I have Nectar. In 92. Llama, which is jazz. Eliza. Avern, which is funk with a PH. Poor Heart, which is honky tonk. Stash. Mantica, which is strange, and there's 5 more on that album. They are a little strange. Right now they're grooving though. Look at that crowd. 4, Rift in 93. Title track, Train Time. Fast Enough for You. This is pleasant. Lengthwise, So What. Maze. It's about the sleeve art and sparkle. Hoist in 94. Julius is fun, a bit Rudy Tooty. Down with Disease is also funky. Exilla, Part 2, rock, thank you. But why the noise? Life Boy, that's the best track. I'm prejudiced probably because I used to cut lawns. 6, Billy Breathes in 96. Free. It's excellent, except I wish they wouldn't funk it up so much. Character 0. Some of it's good, not all of it. Taste. This album is so up close and personal. Then, in 98, The Story of the Ghost. Phish is funky and carnal? No, they're funky and cartoony. But annoying, yes. Like East Coast Pete when I can't pronounce the words I've written. All but fun for some. I'm not a fan with a PH. I guess I'm not a fanatic fan with a PH. I get tired of the Grateful Dead sometimes as well. There, I said it. 8. This is the Shet disc in 99. It's got My Left Toe. The name is slick. What's the use? Phish bass. These aren't songs, they are sounds. And then in the year 2000, Farmhouse. The title track, which is country. Twist is kind of a doing doing kind of song. You gotta hear it to know what I'm talking about. Bug. Nice interplay between the guitar and the piano. You know, Phish just sounded like this, all would be well. But, you know, would we get tired of them also? They're determined not to let that happen. 10, Round Room in 02. Running Scared, great piano intro. Bubble Wrap, that's jazz. Birthday Boys, Waves, Thunderhead. This whole album is jazz. The rest of the albums are Undermined in 04, Joy in 09, Party Time in 09, Fuego in 2014. See, there were those hiatus in between. 15, Big Boat in 16. And 16, Sigma Oasis. And Sigma Oasis just came out. Have you heard it yet? Well, neither have I. Thanks for being with me on my show. Here's a little Phish just for you. least I know YouTube won't take this down for copyright reasons. Phish lets people record their shows like the Grateful Dead tape heads used to. So that's what I'm doing right now, right? Makes me a Phish head of sorts. I'm really glad I chose this live show because they are sounding really good today. Don't you think? I'll see you next time on my show with no name. Take good care.